I've always had the goal of time-lapsing my garden, but I was never sure where to start. Over the years of making content, there are things I learned that I wish I knew at the beginning. I'll be creating a new series that's going to be in written form and in video form that I'll be posting on YouTube. In this series, I'll be going over all things related to plants, photography, time lapses, and even editing. With that being said, let's get right into it. We're going to be taking it back to the basics. What is a time lapse? Time lapse refers to a technique in which photos are taken over a period of time and then combined at 30 or 24 frames a second and played as a video. These photos are taken at our chosen intervals, and when we combine them, it will show the passage of time. Now, the amount of time that passes during a time lapse depends on the subject we're photographing and the interval that we choose. You might be wondering, what is an interval? Interval refers to the amount of time that passes between each photo. The way we choose our interval really depends on what we're time lapsing. To help better understand, I'll be comparing time lapsing a plant versus time lapsing a busy street. In order to find our interval, we need to answer 3 questions. The first question is, what are we time-lapsing? The second question is, how long does it take for change to occur? And the third question is, how long will the final video be? So for our first example, we're time-lapsing a plant or a seed sprouting. So that answers the first question. The second question is, how long does it take for change to occur? Now, change refers to any sort of action. So for this example, change refers to how long does it take for the seed to sprout? And in order for us to answer this question, we must really understand our subject. You must take time and learn and research about what you're going to be recording before you actually start doing it. This is an entire video on its own, and I'll be making one in the future for us to go over. Now, I've time-lapsed a lot of plants sprouting, so I am pretty confident when I say it takes anywhere from like 12 to 48 hours till we see it actually come out of the ground. For example, just to make it easy, I'm going to use 48 hours as our reference point. So for the second question, which is how long does it take for the plant to sprout, it's going to be 48 hours. Now that we know how long it'll take for change to occur, the final question is, how long will the final video be? For both examples, I'm going to use 30 seconds as our reference point. Just keep in mind that time lapses are played back at either 24 frames a second or 30 frames a second. For both examples, we're going to use 30 frames a second as our reference guide. Just remember, 30 seconds of video and 30 frames a second is 900 total photos. 900 photos will make up our 30-second video, but at what interval will we shoot each photo? And the way we figure that out is by doing some simple mathematics. If our final video is 48 hours long, we need to first convert this into seconds in order to figure out how many seconds our interval will be. If we have 48 hours, in each hour there are 60 minutes. So you're gonna do 48 hours times 60 minutes and you're gonna get 2,880 minutes. And if we multiply that by 60 seconds, we're gonna get a final answer of 172,800 seconds. So just to recap, 48 hours is the same thing as 172,800 seconds. Divide that by the number of photos we're taking. So 172,800 divided by 900 will equal 192 seconds. So that's our interval. Now that was a lot of information for the first example, but I'm sure the second one will help you better understand. Our second example is going to be time-lapsing a busy street. Now, there's 3 questions we need to answer. What are we time-lapsing? How long does it take for change to occur? And how long will our final video be? The first one is easy. What are we time-lapsing? A busy street. Next is how long will it take for change to occur? Now, don't forget, change means action. So in this instance of time-lapsing a busy street, the change can mean when someone enters a frame and leaves a frame, or when a car enters and leaves. As long as there's change happening within the frame, that is the change that we're referring to. And in order for us to really understand how long this takes, this might mean you have to go out and scout the location. You might have to do some research. You might have to go stand outside for 30 minutes. Let's just say we've done our research and we know what we're recording. Let's say we're shooting down a long, busy street. It'll probably take them anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour till they enter and leave. For the sake of the example, we're just going to keep it at an hour. Then the third question, how long is our final video? As we mentioned earlier, for the third question, how long is our final video? We're using 30 seconds as our example for both videos. Don't forget, in each second of footage, there are 30 frames of photos. That means a 30-second final video consists of 900 individual photos. With all 3 questions answered, we can begin solving for our interval. The way we solve for our interval is we take the total time for change and we divide it by our number of photos. Don't forget, we need to convert the hour into minutes, then to seconds. In each hour, there are 60 minutes, and in each minute, there are 60 seconds. So what you want to do is multiply 1 hour by 60 minutes and multiply that by 60 seconds. Just 3,600 seconds. We divide it by 900 photos and we get our number, 4 seconds. So what that means is if you take 1 photo every 4 seconds, over 1 hour, you will have exactly 900 photos or 30 seconds of video. Hopefully this video was able to answer some questions for you. Picking our interval is really important when it comes to time lapsing. If there's anything you feel I left out, let me know. I'll try to cover it in the next video. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video.